Hey, we all face the same challenge, a really technical customer who might need your unique capabilities and approach. Your sales conversation has to be 80% in the science, but you still have to do all of those sales jobs, prospecting, qualifying, presenting, closing. And oh yeah, you have to keep track of all of your prospect and customer relationships, who you're working on, where they are in the process. Because if you don't do that, you're just reacting. And this is an overwhelming job for anyone involved in scientific sales, being true to the value of your science while following the process of effective selling. Most of us hate selling. We are so much more comfortable being objective scientists. So we set up a website and a LinkedIn page that talks about our science, and we believe that our customers will find us. I'm going to show you that it doesn't have to be that complicated if you focus on just 3 things that you need if you intend to grow your company's sales. If you're not focused on these 3 things, you're missing opportunities. Now, we talked about the first 2 things, more customers and more revenue, and how your sales program must work to make these things happen. Customers and revenue are not the same, and if you want to know why, just watch the first 2 videos in this series using the links below. The third thing that you, and I mean you, the owner or the sales leader of the company, have to focus on is urgency. You might already be used to gauging urgency in your own prospects. Without that, it's really hard to close any sale. My customer is you, and I can't tell you how many sales leaders I talk to that lack urgency around their own sales growth goals. Now, part of this, I think, is just inertia. We've had a boom economy in life sciences for a couple of years, and although it seems a little less stable now, we haven't seen the numbers for the current fiscal year yet. It's tempting to feel that 15 to 20% annual sales growth that so many companies achieved over the last couple of years is happening because you're doing everything right. Now, that's where that phrase, "a rising tide floats all boats," comes from. Only you can say if you're in danger of being complacent and assuming that you don't need to do any better. But if you go back to the first 2 videos in this series and you wonder if your team could be doing more to find customers and revenue, you might not be pushing hard enough to assure your future. There are a lot of reasons why at any given time a company loses its sense of urgency. But it's something that I wonder about whenever I hear a sales leader say, "Hey, we're doing all right with the approach that we have." Not looking forward and anticipating change is a warning signal. I see this a lot, for example, when scientific services and supply companies take on that investor backing. That new capital sends a powerful message. You're great. We want you to keep it up. We love you based on what you've been doing. For new investors, they've already got the win. They closed the deal with your exciting team that's been driving for greater growth. What happens psychologically to that driving leadership team when that investment sends a message that you've already won? That new investment leaves everyone feeling successful, and the leadership sometimes takes a breather. Decision-making slows down. Hey, we've got money now, and our investors believe in us. We can afford to wait to make the best long-term decisions. Nothing needs to be fixed right away. Let's not do it until we have the perfect plan in place. Listen, this is a trap in business. Someone out there is hungrier than you, and they will literally eat your lunch if you look away. Here's an analogy. Remember when your company was young and you did all the invoicing and accounting? You realized that that was not the best use of your time, and you bit the bullet and you hired a bookkeeper, and then maybe a part-time accountant, and then a part-time comptroller as you got big. And then maybe even you got to the point of hiring a full-time CFO. You recognized the need to add more and more support as you grew, instead of waiting until you'd grown enough to support that ideal full-time CFO hire. If you're serious about sales growth, beyond industry organic growth, toward continuing to be a valuable contributor in the future, you must take the same approach. Build a program where the sales team finds more customers, achieves more revenue per customer. Don't wait until you have lots of excess revenue so that you can afford to hire a professional VP of business development and have them build your team and program. Build what you can build now to support getting there. I'm Jeff Kiplinger, one of the founders of Selling Science, and I love this stuff. My partner Dave Kwajewski and I started this company to bring sales support, whether fractional help or strategic consulting, to the industry that we know, life sciences, services, and supply. We never want to see a new technology or a game-changing approach fail to meet its market and make its impact because of the lack of a commercial program. If you're trying to achieve the 3 things that I've been talking about in this series of short videos, reach out and let's talk.